Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sound Test Podcast number 6. I am still joined with Max and Deontay, and this is our part 2 of our video game discussion on video game releases for the rest of 2021 and 2022. So this episode, we're going to focus on Nintendo's releases and the third-party releases for these upcoming 2 years. Well, these rest of this year and next year, from what we know already. If you want to hear Microsoft and Sony, check last week's video, episode 5. All right, so we're going to try to kind of do a lightning round with Nintendo because, good God, they have a lot, and there's a lot of third parties as well. Much more.
It just took a bomb that they were hiding all of 2020, and they just said,
"Yeah, they seen the rest of the E3 conference, and they're like, oh, this is easy money.
We got this.
This is easy money." So they just let their nuts hang and then dropped all the games.
Just tell me our time slot, and we'll do it. We will do it.
All right. So first up, we got Legend of Zelda: Skyward Sword coming in July 2021. I'm like a 1 at this. I don't really care about Skyward Sword.
Skyward Sword was a good game. It's just
bring myself to finish it.
It was one of the it was in that era of Legend of Zelda games where they babied it down. So whereas it had a lot of content, the music was amazing. The game's beautiful. There's memorable characters, but the puzzles and the temples just weren't hard. They weren't difficult like at all. And it had the whole Wii motion thing. You either hated it or you loved it. Me, I hated it.
And you fought the same balls like 4 times for plot reasons, and it's no bueno. So I'm up to go 1.
Same, I'm a 1.
I don't care.
And
I give it a 2 because I enjoyed Skyward Sword.
And of course, it's a whole $60 full release for a 10-year-old Wii game.
Because where else are you gonna get that Skyward Sword experience? Nowhere but Nintendo Switch.
So there's that's coming out in July. Whoopee.
Yay.
We have WarioWare Get It Together coming out September.
You would say it like that, like you're joking. He would literally like be loud and obnoxious. Like, get your shit together.
Get it together.
That's like a 4 for me. I played WarioWare games in the past. They're really fun.
They're stupid fun.
They don't have a lot of substance, but they're really fun.
I haven't played one. I've always wanted one.
They're really random.
Mini games can get hard too. Yeah, they're extremely random.
Yeah, and like they usually have like 200 some micro games. It sounds like a lot, but you kind of get through them really fast. But like as Max says, like the intensity of them like ramps up really fast, and so like some of them take some like legit skill to do. But the whole multiplayer aspect, that's what's going to make it like really engaging, since they've never done that before.
Right. That was the one thing that I was like, oh, 2-player. All right. I'm sold.
It's crazy how Nintendo could just add one simple thing to a game and everybody's like, all right, I'm sold.
Because they never
that's the Nintendo magic.
Do that one.
Because again, Nintendo has a thing of making their own quality games that you're not going to play anywhere else, so they can do that.
So that's September. In October is a blood fest, by the way. You have Metroid Dread. Now, I'm not a Metroid fan. I probably play like literal minutes of the first Metroid. I haven't played any of Prime, but a lot of people went crazy off of this. The developer for it is the same developer for the Metroid 2 remake that they did a few years ago.
On the 30th?
Yeah, which I'm surprised they haven't ported over to Switch. But Dread was like an old like Metroid thing that they Polo. Is an old Metroid title that they announced they teased a long time ago. So the Dread name is actually not new. But
oh my god, Apollo.
It's not for me, so it's like a 2 for me. But it looks really cool.
As somebody that is still currently playing through Super Metroid, that hard, cryptic ass game. God, the old Metroid is so fucking cryptic, but it's so good. I give it about a 4. As somebody who's played through the Prime trilogy as well, and I thoroughly enjoyed those games on the GameCube and the Wii. I give it a solid 4. That it was definitely a surprise. I was not expecting a traditional Metroid game to come out again. I thought they were just gonna focus solely on Prime 4, which we know is in development hell right now.
Yeah.
So I thought they were gonna put all their eggs into that, but I guess they was like, well, while y'all do that, Retro Studios, we're gonna do this. And me like it a lot. I'm down with it.
Oh my! Look, I got 5 on it. Metroid. I have a tender place in my heart for Metroid. The Game Boy games, Metroid Fusion especially. You had Metroid Zero Mission, which really just a remake of Super Metroid. Those games are amazing. Not to mention the actual older games, Super Metroid, the fantastic game. There was one that came out on the 3DS some years ago.
That was the remake of 2, because 2 was 2 was stuck on the first. It was stuck on the Game Boy.
Oh yeah, it was stuck on the Game Boy, and it was like, alright, well, let's just actually make a real game out of that, and that is
because Metroid Dread is technically Metroid 5.
Oh,
because
yes, it is.
It's Metroid on NES, Metroid 2 on the Game Boy, Super Metroid is 3, Fusion is 4, since Zero Mission is a remake of one of those older ones, and in Dread, this is 5.
Oh, so where does Metroid
Other
M fit in?
We don't talk about that.
We forget about that. We don't talk. You know what's crazy too? Metroid Other M was made by the original creator of Metroid, and that was his vision. That was his vision seen throughout. That wasn't like a development hell situation. He said, He said that's exactly what I was envisioning, and I'm like, yikes.
That's cringe.
But yeah, I'm super excited for Metroid Dread.
So that's October, and along with WarioWare, that was the ones that literally nobody knew about until E3. It just came out there. Nintendo's like, "Yep, coming out in a few months."
All right, moving on. Come on, we got more shit to show y'all. Give us your money.
Also coming out in October is Super Mario Party Superstars.
Thank God, this is a 5.
It's a 5. It's literally a 5 only because it's online play, and that they're using classic boards and classic mini games. So it's like you kind of can't mess this up.
Literally, you can't mess this up unless you. I mean, even if they go the route of they have DLC where it's older boards from Mario Party 2.
That's fine.
And they charge you $5-10 per board or whatever, and the games that come with it. So be it.
Right. They just don't miss on the mini games. That's the biggest part. Don't miss on the mini games.
Well, I think it's 100 of them, and they're the classic ones. So hopefully they all pick out just the best ones.
Last time they tried to pick just the best ones, it wasn't too good.
Yeah.
So let's hope they don't miss on this time. They hope they don't miss this time.
I just realized something.
What?
Isn't there a mini game?
They're not gonna do those. There's no way they can do those.
It's gonna be Joy-Cons all in the garbage bin.
I don't think they're gonna do the rubbing ones.
They got to do something about that one.
So yeah, that's just that one. my purchase of that game depends on my friend's purchase, so y'all purchase. So it's like, if everybody's like, all right, we're all getting Super Mario Party, then we're all getting Super Mario Party.
I'm most definitely getting it. Ain't that right, Apollo?
He's like, yeah, I love Mario Party.
Mario Party.
All right. Then in November we have two huge games coming out in November for Nintendo. Shin Megami Tensei 5, which Deontay, I know that's more for you than us.
That's gonna be me. You won't hear from me.
Nah,
You will never hear from me. All right, so I beat Shin Megami Tensei 4 once, and there's 3 endings to that game. And I have the sequel to that game, but I haven't played it. Those games are hard.
Look,
they are way harder than the Persona games. Those games do not fuck around.
I gave, for the old college try, I gave that game like, what, 10 hours of my life, and I was just like, this is not for me.
You gotta have some perseverance in that game.
That's a lot. That's a lot of hours to pump in before saying this ain't for me.
I try to give it a try, but that game, like Dion say, they're hard.
It's a beefy game too. That game is not short, and on top of it all actually being difficult, also adds to the time to it. But I enjoyed my time with it because it was just a sick story, amazing character designs, and the choices and stuff actually impact the story and what you go through, especially the end game, because you can do some fucked up shit. And then this one, if they still have really cool enemy like character designs, and they do their usual Shin Megami Tensei make you think about life by the end of the game.
Good
bullshit.
God.
That's pretty much what it does all the time. It tries to pull a mind fuck sometimes, along with like showing you this really creative, otherworldly end boss. If they do all of that, if they do all the things that I think that they're going to do, this is already going to be a $60 purchase for me. So yes.
I'm happy for you, champ. It's a 1 for me. I'm definitely not gonna get it.
I completely understand.
Yeah, same thing. I've never really been into this Shin Megami Tensei or Persona. The only real Persona that I've really dabbled in is 5. Other than that, I don't really know anything about it.
So
I remember seeing little kids put guns to the head and pulling the trigger, and then
that's
something.
3, my boy. That's Persona 3, boy. They go, ow, and then the Persona comes in.
Christ. The other huge RPG that's coming out that same month is, let me get these names right, so let me look at it so I can get the name right. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
It's Shining Pearl.
I'm only getting it if they got my boy Insane in the Rain with his entire soundtrack.
You know that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, that's the only way.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. But it'd be dope if they featured at least one of his tracks.
Amazing. You know how much money he would get? He wouldn't have to make YouTube videos ever.
This is definitely a 5 for me. Diamond was, God, I used to play that game like daily. Back when that first came out, I think, if I remember correctly, I had like 300 plus hours in Diamond back in the day. I have so much fond memories with Gen 4, even though some parts of Gen 4 was pretty garbage. Like there's like 5 fire types in the entire game. But
yeah, nothing.
I don't know what they was thinking with that. But God, the underground. I love the legendaries. That was like my favorite set of legendaries. I love the starters. My starter was the grass starter. I think it was Torterra. The turtle, the grass turtle, and he was like a freaking tank boy. Like he had earthquake
on his fucking back.
His defense was ridiculous. power output was ridiculous. He was just slow, but it didn't matter because he was a literal tank. Like he could take anything. But Max, what are you on that?
I'm about a 4. I haven't been into Pokemon since Diamond and Pearl. I played a ton of Pearl. It's Diamond and Pearl that's coming out. I might just grab it up. I haven't played Pokemon in so long. Why not get back into it on the game that really took most of my time on Pokemon? That was most of my Pokemon memories was Gen 3 and Gen 4, primarily Gen 4.
That's a 4.
Really?
For me,
because you're not a big Pokemon fan.
Man,
not quite. I mean, I play them. I've beat Gold and I've beaten Ruby. I played a little bit of Black. I have never played Diamond or Pearl. I've never played Diamond or Pearl. And the last Pokemon game I played was Sun. And I enjoyed my time with it. I just haven't beat it yet. So I think I would get it, but I would have to like wait for y'all, and I would only get it after I hear y'all impression of the game or I see more of what Pokemon's in it.
Well,
and
here's the thing. It is going against the mold because typically when a Pokemon game gets remade, it gets remade in whatever current games like engine is or current games like standard. So like
Sword and Shield.
Yeah, so we were expecting, like, it was rumored that this game was coming. But everybody was expecting, it's going to be like Sword and Shield, just because like the Ruby and Sapphire remakes were in the same vein as like was it Sun and Moon at the time or
Sun and Moon, yes,
or X and Y at the
I
time?
believe it's Sun and
No, that's X and
remember.
Y. Yeah, it was with X and Y's engine. Basically, that's what the Ruby and Sapphire remakes were. And then the Gold and Silver remakes, those were based off of Gen 4's engine. So that's what the expectation was. But then when we saw it, this remake is like a literal like 1-to-1 remake of the originals. So
with the top-down view, like,
yeah, pretty much just a top-down review. Because it is also by a different developer, which is the first ever for a series. The Pokemon series has never had a mainline game done by a developer that's not Game Freak. So that's going to be different in itself. But it looks like a 1-to-1 remake.
So then that means Game Freak is solely working on the Arceus game, probably?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I know Game Freak has like multiple teams, so they're probably concurrently working on Gen 8. I forgot what gen we're on right now.
I lost track, bro.
I don't know.
And that's
I just don't.
We're getting dangerously close to hitting 1,000 Pokemon. And hitting that barrier.
One way the trend for all of them, if you've been catching.
I don't know. Man, their creative team that's coming up with the ideas for the Pokemon, they got to be getting paid, boy. They got to be, because I don't think I could do it if I wasn't making top dollar.
If I just be like, man, look, I don't know, put a dog on a cat's body. It's a Pokemon.
Bruh, look at some of the shit. They have a flying sword, a fucking ice cream cone, a pile of garbage.
Literal trash.
Little garbage.
Literal actual trash.
Well, keeping up with Pokemon, the next release we know is Pokemon Legends Arceus. Coming out January of 2022. So a few things about this. One, that's extremely close to the Diamond Pearl remakes. They've never had two mainline Pokemon games this close together. Two, this one is by Game Freak, but God, that game looks rough when they first showed that. Whoo, that frame rate was not good, boy.
Oh my God, that's why I'm scared about it too. I hope it's good. Every fiber of my being telling me it's not gonna be that. It's not gonna be too hot.
When they were showing it, I think the thing that they really wanted to draw attention to was the fact that you could actually see the Pokemon battle in front of you versus you coming in contact with a image of a Pokemon, then the camera changes and then you're suddenly in a battle. Like, all the shit is real time. I guess they were trying to show that off more so than actually showing off how technically impressive the game is. Because it wasn't.
And here's the thing that aggravates me is like, I don't know how Nintendo just lets them get away with this, but Game Freak has never been good in optimizing their games. Like typically when we see Nintendo games, they're really good of just like getting the power out of their systems. Like Mario Odyssey looks fantastic, runs at 60, great. But then you see Sun and Moon, looks bad, runs bad, and then had just baffling, decisions on top of that. So this is like a 2 or 3 for me, because I'm just scared of what Game Freak is going to do with this game, how they're going to approach it, and like, the initial pitch seemed like a Breath of the Wild, but just for Pokemon. But how deep are they going to actually take that?
And they said this is like taking place way in the past, right? So
yeah.
Are they even going to have Pokeballs? Or you're just going to be roaming with your Pokemon?
They have like an ancient Pokeball technology. I think that was like what they had said right around their first showing or whatever.
Okay. Pokemon have been enslaved since the olden time.
They're not slaves. They're our friends that we forced to fight.
That we forced to put into blood battles, bruh.
Oh, well, then for me, it's like a 1. I don't really fuck with the Sword and Shield engine. And like it was just running on the Sword and Shield engine plus. Like,
well, that's when I definitely want to see more of Brilliant Diamond. I'm gonna just, you got my money right away. I already know what I'm looking for with that, but Arceus, I'm definitely got to see what that's going to be looking like. Moving right along, we got Splatoon 3 for a vague 2022. I'm definitely like a 4 or 5 on that for me. I really enjoy the Splatoon games. I just wish their lobby, well, how they handle like map rotation was a lot better. But I have a lot of fun with the Splatoon games. I never play the single player. I just sink all my time into multiplayer because it's just that fun and engaging. I just hope we have more multiplayer modes, obviously more maps. If the game could push like 20 maps, great. Just take everything from Splatoon 1 and 2, throw them in there, and put in some more maps on top of that. I'll be fine. It's kind of hard for them to mess up Splatoon.
I haven't played one, so like a 2. No reason. I'm pretty sure if I played it, I would definitely enjoy it, but I just don't own it, and it's not like on my to-play list.
Yeah.
As far as Nintendo games are concerned, I'm pretty sure I would thoroughly enjoy it, but it feels like a 2. I'm glad it exists. There's a trio now.
For me, it's definitely like around a 3.5. I played a little bit of Splatoon 1. I haven't played any Splatoon 2 really. But I always wanted to get into it. I always wanted to get into Splatoon, and 3 might be the one that I get into it.
I'll be right along there with you.
I'd be like, this is what I've been missing out on. I hope that's what I experienced when I played that game, and not fuck, I wasted money on this game. I hope it's the former. I very much want to enjoy it.
It's a lot to it. It's just, again, it's very multiplayer heavy. I've heard good things about the single player. I just never wanted to delve into that. That has a vague 2022. Then we have Project Triangle Strategy.
Triangle Strategy, boy. We ain't got no name.
We don't know what to call this.
Triangle.
that Project Octagon Strategy.
Strategize.
Just changing the shape every time.
Oh my god, bro. Did they released a demo? Is the demo of Triangle Stratagem still out?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it is. I've never tried it, but it just looks like a strategy RPG. So I like strategy RPGs.
It's for what? This is all you need. It's Square. They got this pretty ass pixel art style that they just
2D HD engine.
Yeah, this HD pixel art shit that they just suddenly came up with from the grace of God that we need with every game now. I'm serious. Every game needs to be like that. That's why I'm excited for this Dragon Quest 3. remaster or whatever. I mean, and they don't miss with these kinds of games. So 5, like it's a 5. And their soundtrack, the soundtrack from the demo is already out, and that joke is amazing.
So definitely like a 4 for me.
4 hours of demo music.
Jesus.
You know, Brian, maybe you can do a playthrough of the Triangle Stratagem demo for your sound test.
Right,
channel.
show us your strategy.
I have to get a capture card. That's the only problem because I don't have one.
Just take your phone and just like hold it in.
Bro, that's like 2008 YouTube.
That's like that. What does it say at the top?
Registered hypercam.
Oh yeah,
unregistered hypercam. Yes, sir.
Let everybody know you're poor. Also, we have Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. What a
God! I fell apart again.
Shouldn't have mentioned the unregistered hypercam.
He took a
and made all that fun about Project Stratagem.
I haven't played.
He's hiding
because you know what he did. I haven't played the first Mario plus Rabbids. I literally have no excuse. I have the game just sitting back there.
The game has. I have no excuse either because the game has been like $10.
I think that's when I bought it when it was like $10.
The game's been like $10, like 15 different times in like a span of a year.
And the crazy thing is, I've heard nothing but good things about the game. Heard nothing good things about that game.
Same.
Like the soundtrack is by Grant Kirkhope. Mario has a gun. I mean, what more could you ask for?
Right. It was good enough to get a sequel, so
yeah, I agree to say if it got a sequel, then
it's like a 2. It's like a 2 for me. Maybe if I played original, I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm into this, but it's like a 2 for me.
I'd say about a 3, just because it exists, and I do, I like my RPGs, and this would be one that I would like to find my way into eventually.
Next up, we have the big one, Breath of the Wild 2. Well, sequel to Breath of the Wild. Since they didn't give it a title.
You want to know what's really funny? Like, I've been thinking about this all week. And I was like, this is when I told you I beat Donut Country.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was going through my Switch, I was like, I feel like playing. I want to play something new. Like, I don't feel like grinding on Xenoblade Chronicles anymore. Well, at least not right now to do in-game stuff. I'm like, I got Astral Chains, which seems to never get talked about. And I still have Breath of the Wild. And I was this close to putting that cartridge in, and I didn't.
Bruh, I'm telling you, make that plunge, and you'll get addicted.
One of the things I don't like that I never finished it, but Max is completely true. Like, I had no interest in Legend of Zelda. I've just never been a Zelda fan. I had bought I had bought Breath of the Wild like 2 years ago on a whim, and I was just like, all right, let me just give it an old college try. That college try ended up being like 80 hours into the game. Like, I played a lot of that game. I never beat it. That's the crazy thing. I put 80 hours in. I just never beat it. Because I had Fire Emblem 3 Houses that came out. And then, like, I dropped Zelda like a bucket of bricks. Picked up Fire Emblem. And I put like 130 hours in that game. So...
Did you still have another playthrough?
Bruh, and that 130 hours, it's like... one and a half playthroughs. I didn't even finish the second playthrough on that.
God, man, I'm trying to get back into that.
I'm gonna be lost. I'm gonna not know who the people are anymore. But back to the topic. Yes, you need to play that. There's so much to do in Breath of the Wild. It's ridiculous, and it's like,
yes,
it kind of redefined open world games for a very long time. That's why you see all these freaking clones of it, because it was just so monumental.
It was, yes, it's so much exploration And then, you know, people were skeptical at first because it's like, oh, Legend of Zelda is switching their formula. It used to be this puzzle-based adventure game. Now it's an open world adventure, and it's like that's a huge change. How is Nintendo going to do with this? And they did phenomenal.
Well, actually, I think where their whole openness philosophy with the Zelda games kind of came from Link Between Worlds, because Link Between Worlds, you can do the dungeons in any order you want, and the game will still, you know, be Legend. It will still be a tried and true Legend of Zelda top-down experience like Link's Awakening and Link of the Past. But the openness that you can do it in whatever order you want to, probably went into, you know, the philosophy of Breath of the Wild, which is clearly evident with how much shit you can do.
You love to see it. You love to see it.
When I've just seen a map of Breath of the Wild, and there's just like shit to do everywhere.
Yeah.
So if 2 is like that, that's a 5 for me, and I will get it whenever I get it.
2 looks like it's going to be even bigger, bro.
Yeah,
and they have the whole sky aspect to it.
Yeah, that you can go to the freaking sky. The other thing that's kind of like, Nintendo's been very like hush hush about it since they announced it. This is the first time we actually seen gameplay was from E3 of this year, and they're not even releasing the title of the name because they said it's going to be a spoiler towards the actual, like, it's going to give too much away from the game, which is crazy.
At least they had the courtesy to like tell you that it still existed. Like last time, they're like, "Oh, we ain't got shit about it, but it exists. We're working on it, so stay tuned."
Project Triforce or some shit like that.
Project Triangle Triforce.
Just like the title of it is Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild 2. Ganon's dead. It's like, all right, well, shit.
They would have did that before.
Everybody's like, what? Link murdered him. He's gone.
Zelda's pregnant.
Oh god. Oh god. What if it's like son of Link or some?
Oh,
now that would be crazy.
Son of Link. That's crazy.
Son of the Triforce.
But they said that they're anticipating 2022. And
I mean, they still got some work.
And Nintendo, right? And Nintendo usually, if it's a really big title, they're going to put that in November. So that's probably November 2022.
Breath of the Wild 2, Ganon's dead under every tree and every stocking. With no code for anybody. If he was bad, you get a copy of Breath of the Wild 2 with a Nintendo Switch Lite.
Not the Nintendo Switch Lite. Not even
everybody.
Real one.
So the only thing else I have down for Nintendo is Metroid Prime 4.
We haven't heard shit about that.
You gotta put like 3 question marks behind that boy and an asterisk.
It's gonna as Metroid Prime 4 gonna take the place of Elden Ring at the Game Awards. It's gonna be the most anticipated game that we don't know shit about.
That would be that's true. Between that and Bayonetta 3,
bruh, and that's my next one. That's I literally have on here Bayonetta 3. Don't give up hope. I want it so much. Like, I want
has that even been announced? Has that been even announced? Do we even know if they're working on a Bayonetta 3?
Bruh, it was announced I think it was 2017 Game Awards. It was announced.
And they showed a number of 3 on a bullet, and that was it.
That was it. And like every few months, the game director from Platinum, he comes on, he's like, "We're still working on it. Development is going smoothly, but we haven't seen nothing of this game in 5 years.
This game better be huge, bro. Or let's not get a Duke Nukem Forever with this one, please."
It's not going to be huge because, like, the thing with Bayonetta games, they're very polished, but they're very short experiences. Like, your first playthrough will be like 10 hours, but it's like when I played the first Bayonetta, it was like, this game is so good, I have to play it again. And so I played through it a second time on a higher difficulty, burned through that 10 hours. Then I played through 2, burned through that. That was a little longer. That was like 14 hours. But they're pretty short games. But God, they're so... it's so much adrenaline to it, so much like
It's
fast-paced
fun.
action. Yeah, it's God. I want the game to exist. I want it to be real. I'm tired of their lies.
You want to play Bayonetta right now?
Yes.
Now
Okay, so
it's gonna be you go get it on the Nintendo Switch Plus, the new
Right.
Nintendo Switch.
that is going to end up being an exclusive for the Switch Pro, Switch 2, or whatever they're going to call it.
Yeah, I think only on Nintendo Switch Plus.
All right, so that wraps up for Nintendo. Let's look at some third-party releases that we have going on for this year. First I have up here is Riders Republic, coming out in September of 2021.
Yes, sir.
I think we all signed up for the beta, right?
Yeah,
We all signed up for the beta. Yes, we've all signed up for whenever that decides to we're gonna be playing.
Email me back. Yeah, I pressed the button.
That game looked a ton of fun.
Yeah, it's crazy because first of all, that game is supposed to come out like January of this year or something like that. And like when we first saw it, everybody was just like, whatever.
And then they showed how many fucking people was going to be on screen at one time. I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, their last showing on E3 was like very much. They sold us. Let's just say.
Right, it was very attractive.
Yeah, so that's a good 4 for me. We'll see how that
Yeah, same.
beta
Give me
does
my
for
beta. Ubisoft.
us. This next one I'm probably really excited for. It probably doesn't mean nothing for y'all, but Life is Strange: True Colors, September 2021.
Life is Strange. I love Life is Strange. It looked pretty interesting. You know, it's a good story experience. I will definitely say that even if you don't play it yourself, you can watch a playthrough of it and still enjoy it just as much.
Yeah, you really get connected with the characters. Because essentially they're just like real life characters just dealing with supernatural crap.
Right.
And you have to make some really tough decisions. You gotta like, like you'd be like, I don't want to do this, but you gotta do it.
You gotta do it. And boy, them decisions are not light either.
There's some repercussions to the things that you do.
Mm-hmm.
And coincidentally with that is Life is Strange 1 and 2 remastered, which I don't quite feel the need to remaster them since they're kind of stylized games, but whatever.
Right, sound like it's gonna look better.
We added anti-aliasing, so you don't see the jaggies.
Ooh.
That's like a remaster, like Borderlands.
Funky mode too.
No,
Not a new funky mode.
Next in September, God, it's a lot of games coming out in September too. We have Rainbow Six Extraction. That's a 1 for me.
That's a for me. That's a for me. That's a.
Considering how cool and popular Siege is, I don't think any other Rainbow Six game is going to be as big as Rainbow Six Siege has been. This one just looks like whatever.
It's so just out of place.
Need to make another.
It is. It's everything. Rainbow Six is just like real. It's like has realism to it. I remember the first Rainbow Six I played was Rainbow Six Vegas, and that one was a lot slower paced than even Siege. Oh my god, that game was slow, but it was fun and it was hard.
Yeah.
If your team wasn't a unit, you guys were going to die at the first engagement. That shit was not a joke. That game was fun though.
That's a big old winner.
Yeah, same.
What a Rooney.
Next we have, and this is where the bloodbath of October is. We have Far Cry 6, which is in October. I don't play the Far Cry games. Don't know what to say.
I'd say 3 because I'm intrigued with only the story, and that's it.
Yes, because the villain, bro. Far Cry villains are some of the best written villains.
It's a Far Cry game.
Right.
I know what to expect. Big map. Go find a tower, unlock the rest of the map, and then go kill. Find another tower.
Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Get shot in the sternum wrap a bandage around your arm.
Wrap a bandage
You're
on
good
your
to
arm
go.
because you got shot in the chest.
Yes, you're good to go. But one thing about
the bullet out of your hand.
right, Far Cry has some really good villains, some really well written villains. That's one thing I would say.
Right.
I've heard about that. And again, this is one of those cases where I have no excuse. I have excuse me, I bought some of them last year during the Epic Game Store sale because they're like less than $10 on PC. So I have no excuse. I can try one of them at any time. But
I've been playing through 3, and it's one of the best. I see why people talk about it so much. It's fun. It's pretty.
Yes.
And boss is a piece of shit, and you like that.
6
You really look at him.
6 looks real rough on the character models, man. Good God.
Yes. Oh my God! It looks like
except the main villain.
right. It looks like an early PS4 game, bro.
I don't know what happened with that.
Like your main character, Danny Rojas, the male and the female character models just look dated.
Yeah, that's fuck.
But the villain, on the other hand, he looks fantastic.
Yeah, just as the scenes that we saw from him, I forgot the actor's name, SBO, I can't pronounce it, but that he sells that performance though.
Yes, most definitely.
I feel like that's one of those cases where you'll buy the game just to see how insane he gets and just like how authentic he gets to that character.
It'd be real bad if they like kill him off in like the first 10 hours,
Bruh.
and then like real villain shows up and it's like, yeah, now it's me.
Generic McGeneric.
Yeah.
Not generic, but generic.
Also
no.
in October we have Back for Blood.
Back for Blood. Oh my goodness gracious. We can put a 5. I'm gonna put a 5 on it. 5 on it, baby.
There is no way I'm missing this because I missed the entire of the Left 4 Dead train.
Bruh, I played so much Left 4 Dead 2. Oh my God, I played that game to death. That shit is fun as fuck. Left 4 Dead 2, I played that game to death. Oh my God, that game was so fun. And then there's plenty of mods for it too. So once you get done with the actual game, you start modding it, have even more fun with it.
Barney and Ronald McDonald.
Yes.
Like SpongeBob.
Bruh. I can't wait for Back for Blood.
Yes, and it's coming on Game Pass too. So that's what Microsoft was putting as their October game is Back for Blood, even though it's not a game. But anyway, that's going to be on Game Pass.
With that, will it have crossplay? That's the problem.
I think it has crossplay. Don't quote me on that. I think Back 4 Blood has crossplay. I hope it has crossplay. So yeah, I'm excited for that. That's going to be really fun. I think we're all like, what, a 5 on that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Not much else to say about that. It's going to be
like a
fun.
Mario Party situation there. If all of us agree together, then we're all getting it.
Right. Also in October, good God, Battlefield 2042.
But I gotta get this bad boy a 3.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my case why I love Battlefield. I like it more environmentally. I love the gunplay and all the shits more than COD. Even though the only COD that I've ever owned is Modern Warfare, but that game is like, it's like gold. Minus some of the bugs and some of the issues, blah 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 that we've talked before. But I can't justify the fact that they, even though I know majority of the player base does not play the single player campaign, that we are paying solely $70 for only multiplayer, and they're cutting some game modes that are kind of staples. Like I don't think they have Rush. Or I know they have Conquest, but I think they're like trying to change stuff. And usually, and a lot of the times when these Battlefield games come out, boy, they have BUGSs. Oh my God,
bugs out their ass.
Man, they be buggy. And
you should have seen Battlefield 4 when it first came out, bro. Oh my God.
Battlefield 4, you should have seen 3 when you had the stick man. When they would, you would prone on the ground and the character model would stretch
You should have seen Battlefield 4, where you would run into a hill, and instead of running up the slope, you run through it and you fall through the map.
Yep. That's happened. A tree falls on your vehicle, you don't die, but you get sent flying in the air, and then your parachute can't deploy, so you just die.
RIP.
Yeah,
So I give it a 3. I'm a little skeptical on it. Of course, it's gonna look pretty. The engine's gonna be nice. It's gonna have evolutions. But
it's going to be a hard sell as a solely multiplayer experience. I've my Battlefield experience isn't as deep as y'all's or you, Squiddy, but mine is more so like I played through Battlefield 1. I really enjoyed Battlefield 1. I gave 5 the old college try. I was garbage at it. I was garbage at it on PC, so I moved to Xbox, and I'm doing fine with that on Xbox. But you know, it's the multiplayer for me is just kind of like I can enjoy it every once in a while. It's just not something that's gripping me. You know, it's not like something I just want to constantly play. So yeah, it's definitely a 3 for me. It's $70, man. And again, that's one of those games that if y'all get it, then I'm like, all right, I'll go get it.
That's gonna be that bad boy is gonna have to be on sale. I'm
on sale, yeah. I'm a 4 on it. You know, I love Battlefield. I played so many Battlefield games growing up. I started on Battlefield Vietnam, then I went to Battlefield 2. Yes, I had so much experience with that. At Battlefield 2, I played plenty of Battlefield 2. Battlefield 3. I never played the Bad Company games, unfortunately, because I heard those games were amazing.
You like have an ungodly amount of time on 3 and 4, which is it was hundreds.
Even there was another futuristic Battlefield that came out. It was Battlefield 2142.
Yeah.
When the servers on that were still alive, I played plenty of that. Played Battlefield 3, played Battlefield 4, played a lot of Battlefield 1. Oh my god, I love Battlefield 1.
I'm pretty sure my Battlefield 1 hours are up there too, because that was like the first game that I put into my PlayStation 4 when I bought it. Like, that was it.
I think a lot of people I think a lot of people put a lot of time in Battlefield 1 or really liked Battlefield 1.
Yeah,
it was a good game, but it was by all means a good game. That was a really good Battlefield game.
Single player stories were those.
I like those. Yeah.
Was nice.
Yeah.
That campaign was really nice. 5's campaign is really nice too, and I love the maps on 1. That Battlefield 1 was really great. But I don't know, because now they're going back to this modern stuff. I'm a fan of World War II-ish stuff, if done right.
Battlefield 1 was World War 1.
But, like I said, I can't justify the price for only multiplayer, and it's $70. And it's going to have a battle pass and microtransactions. Oh, no.
Oh, no bueno. No bueno.
It was funny because like Apollo started looking at something and Max was like, "What are you looking at?" You were staring intently. Then another October game. Good God, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy.
We got plenty gameplay for that. I will say that.
I didn't want to see any more, so it's like a 2.
Bruh, I mean, I would love to see the story. By all means, it looks like it's gonna be a charming experience because the dialogue's gonna be pretty. I'm pretty sure the dialogue's gonna be pretty funny. I wish
because it's the actual writers.
Right. Maybe if you could I mean, you can direct your team around, but if you could play as more than just Star-Lord, Star-Lord, yeah, I'd be sold.
You can't, yeah, and that's the thing I don't understand. Is like, it's a game about a team of people, but you control one person, and it's like you could just think of the gameplay elements for those. Like, all of them play differently. Like, Star-Lord definitely will be like the shooter, you know. Groot would definitely be like the brawler. Gamora is definitely like high combat or, you know, acrobatics. You know, Rocket could be very gadget heavy. Like, it kind of just sells itself. Or Drax, another brawler or something. You know, it kind of just sells itself on those characters. But it's just like, nope, just Star-Lord.
Goodbye. Give us $60, $70 if you're playing on the next gen console.
I don't know. I'm like a 1 or 2 on that.
Yeah, I'm definitely it too. It's cool. It's cool. I'm glad it exists.
To be honest,
it didn't look that good. Like,
it's better than Marvel Avengers game. I'll tell you that.
Like, graphical fidelity wise, it didn't look that good, and it had frame rate problems in the demonstration video that they sold us.
Yeah, it did. It did.
Right, and I'm spoiled to like me and probably y'all too, and most of the community. We're spoiled to the designs of the Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
So when you don't see that, you're like, ew, yuck.
It's the voices that get me. It's just like, I want to hear Chris Pratt, but I'm not hearing Chris Pratt. I'm like,
I'm not hearing Chris Pratt. Yeah, right.
And you know what else is fucked up? It's like, for me, and you see Gamora. I have 3 images of Gamora, 3 versions of Gamora in my head. It's the movie. Unfortunately, it's Marvel versus Capcom Infinite Gamora.
Oh yes, that one in my head too.
It's the current one. Ugh. It's a 2.
That's gonna be a game I don't play. It's gonna be one of those games I watch a playthrough.
Yeah.
6, 7. That's 7 games coming out in October that we've talked about so far. And I'm pretty sure there's a whole bunch other that I'm just forgetting.
That's a lot of games.
Oh boy. All right, and to finish up 2021 for third parties, we have, and this is probably one again that's just strictly a Brian one, but Jurassic World Evolution 2.
Yeah, that is a Brian one. I don't think I give a fuck about that.
Why Brian play it? Because that shit's funny.
It is. I have a lot of fun with that game. Deontay, remember when I was playing through that game?
That shit, they're playing.
T-Rex is getting out.
And it took them several hours to detain the damn thing. And people were running in terror.
Bro, people died in my park.
People died. And Jeff Goldblum was like, what are you doing? You gotta capture it. Put it to sleep.
But I love theme park simulation games. I love Jurassic Park. So that was just a fusion of my 2 favorite things. One big issue with Jurassic World Evolution, the first one, is that it is a very constricted game though. There's not really like a sandbox mode, which I'm okay with. I'm okay with having like an actual set of things that you have to do. But I know that's like a lot of people's issues with that game. It has a vague 2021 release date. I wouldn't care if they push it back further, just because there's so much crap going on in 2021. I think that game will do better like in a February, January type situation where it doesn't have a lot of competition or a lot of things going on, but so it doesn't get buried in the sand. But that brings us till 2022. I'm going to spitball a few of them before we talk about some big ones. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands.
It looks fun. I mean, I love Borderlands, so I don't see why I wouldn't love this.
I love
That's a 1 for me. I don't know much about Borderlands, and they haven't shown.
And you're missing out. You're missing out.
I gave that, what was that, a pre-sequel? I gave that a chance with y'all.
That was the worst one to try out, bro. You have to try out 2.
You do 1, 2, or 3.
To be honest, 2. Yeah, 2 is a good one to start on, bro.
Just to be clear, I haven't played pre-sequel since the last time you played pre-sequel.
God, that was like a year and a half ago.
Likewise.
But I think Tina's Toy Factory, whatever that $5 game is. I think it's gonna. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yes. Look it up, y'all. It's Tina's Toy Factory on the PlayStation Store. It might be on the and on Xbox, whatever theirs is.
Good God.
But Tina's whatever. It's medieval Borderlands. I'm with it. I want to see gameplay, not still images, and see Kevin Hart talk to whatchamacallit about the movie that's not out
Ready,
yet.
Pitchford.
Right, just show me the game. I just wanted to see the game, and we've seen pictures of the game. I want to see the game in motion.
Right.
Or at least more of it in motion. They showed a little bit of stuff here and there.
I still can't believe they wasted time showing the trailer again during Gearbox's E3 and just talked about it. And it's like, all right, that's it. See you tomorrow. See you next year.
See you next year. They showed nothing.
We got Homeworld 3. It's still in production.
You can't forget that Homeworld 3, boy.
Yeah, Homeworld 3. We ain't see shit about it. No, we know it exists.
It's in production.
I just won Borderlands, and they gave me Homeworld 3.
This next one may be a Brian one as well. Gotham Knights. I'm definitely like a 5 on that.
Something about that.
Gotham Knights.
That's is it Rocksteady?
Oh, it's Nightwing, Red Hood, Batgirl.
Yeah, it's.
And the last time they showed a trailer was when they was fighting Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, it's the
that might be my
co-op. But it can be played single player where you're going through Gotham. Batman is MIA, and you get to play as Nightwing and Batgirl and what's it? Red Hood. Yeah, Red Hood. I'm all for that. As y'all know, I'm a big Batman fan, so
same. I'm excited for it too.
I get about like a 3. I've never played any of the Arkham games, but I'm assuming it's in the same vein.
So here's the weird thing. I can't remember if it's Rocksteady doing this or not. No, I think Rocksteady's doing the next game I'm about to talk about. I think is somebody. Who else was doing the
Warner?
It was WB something, the one that did Arkham Origins. I think they're doing this one.
Oh, okay.
And I think
people see Arkham. Yeah, people see Arkham Origins as the weakest one.
I had a lot of fun with Arkham Origins.
No, it's by all means it's fun. It's not a bad game. It's the weakest one out of the Arkham series of games.
And it was just a little buggy.
There's the same people that did the same studio that does the Shadow of Mordor, well, the Lord of the Rings games.
No, I don't.
Also do.
I don't think so.
No, I think that's a completely separate studio.
Okay, because the combat systems are kind of pretty similar.
Then we also have Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. I believe that one's Rocksteady.
Show me gameplay. I'll be excited.
That one they just showed a trailer, and they showed a trailer last year, and we heard nothing from that game since then.
Right.
So, there's that. I'm like at a 3 for that. I trust them to make a good Suicide Squad game, so I'm not worried about that. All right, so those quick ones out the way. Let's get to this is definitely a Max game. Elden Ring.
Oh, wait, hold on. You forgot about me.
Oh.
Literally talking about
yeah.
2 bosses in the past week.
Yeah, you're a Souls. You're a big Souls person too.
Yeah.
Let me get out of the way. I'm a 1. I don't know anything about Souls.
What's wrong with you? That's the guy because you never went down that went down the white sands, that dark path, boy. You never, bruh. Once you play a Souls game, you get hooked. Cause Squiddy was like you for a good bit. He didn't think he was gonna play her. Now look at him. Now look at it. Heathen as he fights the nightmares that live in the Bloodborne. They live in Yarnum. Elden Ring. Oh my God, bruh. I can say without a doubt, Elden Ring is the only game that I can truly say has me like losing my freaking mind over it. Like I don't pre-order games. That's not a thing I do, but I'm pre-ordering Elden Ring. Oh my God. And the trailer was super hype. A lot of people saying, "Oh, it just looks like open world Dark Souls." Who gives a fuck?
Right.
I'm sorry.
That's all we want. Want more Dark Souls. Like just I
will play as much as I will, bruh. I will play it to the.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
to death. Oh my god, I get Elden Ring. That's the only thing that's gonna be going on.
Max,
But-
you froze.
He's like, I will play it.
But yeah, once I get Elden Ring, that's the only thing that I'm gonna be playing for months. That's it. That's all.
From Max for like a month.
And that's January 2022, so you ain't got a long way to wait, champ.
Oh god, Apollo.
Just 6 months.
You farted again.
So Max, just go ahead and just like get Neo 1 and 2, so that way you can like get the Dark Souls and the soul and the Bloodborne out of your hands and brain, and play a completely different Souls-like game. And then when you get
Wait, what am I camera turn off?
when you get the Elden Ring, it's like a breath of fresh air, and it'll be all brand new.
All brand new. All tied up.
It's all time. Yes, I need it. Elden Ring. That's it. That's all I need. I promise you.
And well, Squiddy, you got anything else to say about Elden Ring?
Oh, just put it in my fucking hands.
Just put the game in my hands. Put it right here.
It literally into the palm of my hand, and just let me play it. That's all I want. Not while I'm fighting this dumbass dragon right now that I don't know how to beat. I might win the second round.
And the final game, I don't know if they actually gave us a release date, but I'm just assuming this is a release date. But Overwatch 2. Why do you look so disappointed? God, I just said Overwatch and you just got depressed.
Bro, he's like a crack addict, bro. He's like
It's like he knows it's not good for him, but he can't stay away from it.
He can't stay away from it, bro.
I haven't played all week.
He's like, I can stop anytime.
It's like there's so many different factors that me and like a lot of other avid players are concerned about, where we want the game to be a certain way, but we're afraid that Blizzard is going to do some dumb shit and not have certain things in place to make the game what it can be, and not more of the same bullshit with just added PvP. Well, PvE. The PvE stuff, nobody's worried about, because that's going to be phenomenal. We're just worried about the extra content to make Overwatch 2 feel like Overwatch 2 with
not just Overwatch Plus.
Yeah, not just Overwatch 2, the expansion pack with PvE.
like a glorified skin pack.
Yeah, like we don't want this shit to turn into fucking Fortnite with the save the world part being like the that's there.
The one that everybody ignores.
Yeah, like
Also known as the original vision for Fortnite.
Right. So, you know, I'm skeptical. I'm excited. I want it to be great. It's still at a 5 because it's Overwatch and has consumed literally the past 5 fucking years of my life. And those are like
Just like an addict.
over 1,000 hours of my life that I will truly never get back.
Just like an addict. You just can't stay away from it. You gotta have it.
And it would be real bad if I had more paraphernalia. I only have like 3 things.
I'm a 3. You know, I play Overwatch very casually. I'll jump in every once in a while, but once I have my fill, I'm like, all right, I'm done.
Right, so when you play Ryan and you get slept, stunned, you're grenaded, trapped, whatever else that can affect you from playing the game. So yeah, Overwatch 2 is gonna be a looker, to say the least. And you know what was really dumb? Like, I wish Aaron didn't come out. That's what we call his ass now, too.
Who is Aaron?
Aaron Keller, the new
Watch Sector. Oh,
Yeah.
Aaron. Like when his ass came out, he's like, "Oh, we about to see some more characters." Hell no, y'all get us the new look of Bap and Sombra. Goodbye.
Goodbye. That's it. That's all y'all getting. I mean, we can see it. They're making changes to existing characters. We've seen Winston as like long range shit now. Maybe they'll completely rework other characters.
And like, I like the direction they're trying to go with characters and how the actual systems of the game is kind of working. Like, they put in crossplay in the game so that way they can increase the player count.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. We've been waiting for that since fucking 2016. And they'll eventually implement a like a clan system in there eventually, because there's like a screenshot of like somebody having some shit under their name or beside their name. So they're gonna make some shit happen. It's just depending on how they do it. How much of it is how much fun they're gonna allow in the game, and if this 5v5 shit is gonna work out.
Look, man,
So,
I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for Battleborn 2.
Oh God!
When Gearbox finishes with Tina's Toy Factory 7 or whatever, Battleborn 2 is gonna rise and it's gonna go back into the grave like it did with the first one. Unless
They're not gonna learn from a mistake.
Unless like another hero shooter like Paladins 2 comes out of no fucking where and just kills.
They don't need to do that. They don't need to do nothing like that. You know how long Paladins was in beta, bruh? That entire time where I was binging Paladins, I was in beta.
Good God.
Oh shit! I didn't know that. Damn. Oh shit.
Whew, boy.
And when they finally released it as a whole game, you know what came out? A whole heap and help and a nothing.
Well, it has 50 characters now.
So
Well,
much
I haven't
characters
played
in
it.
that
I haven't played it in a minute.
I haven't played
But
it
I'm
in like a
subscribed
year.
to their channel. Right, I'm subscribed to their channel on YouTube, so every time a new character comes out, I see it, and I'm like, damn, they're adding another character. And I look at the comments, and there's still it's just people complaining about the characters that already exist.
Yeah,
Like, stop adding more characters and fix the fucking game.
Here's the balance.
Right, like stop putting new characters in the game and fix the old ones.
Oh boy. So that was a long list. There's a lot of
Yes.
games coming out, but we reached the end. Any final thoughts of what 2021, 2022 has to offer?
Like
Give me my Tales of Arise, and I need Breath of the Wild and Halo Infinite under every Christmas tree. And in January, you won't see me or Max because of Elden Ring.
Elden Ring, bro. Elden Ring, Metroid Dread, all of them games. I need them. I crave them.
The dog looks like he wants it too.
Yes. You know, and Smash Ultimate, Kazuya Mishima just came out. He's all over online. If you play the game online, you're fighting Kazuya.
That's all you're going to play.
And you're either gonna wipe the floor with him or you're gonna get your shit rocked.
It's going to be
Like,
the
there's no in
Tekken
between.
simulator.
They go and hit you with that wave dash and then that electric wind god fist, and then that's game set.
Mm-hmm.
Watch the last Smash reveal be a freaking Pokemon character.
Yuck.
What was like Arceus, even though he's like in the background of one of the stages.
Arceus
I don't even know how that
Arceus
works.
Let's make him do what's that move? Was it Judgment?
Oh, it just destroys everything.
Bruh, they gave Arceus in Smash Ultimate the most pathetic roar ever, bruh. Like, you know, it's the god of Pokemon, and when he comes out, it's like, roar! I'm so serious, bruh. Like, listen to it. Go on YouTube and listen to that shit. It's pathetic.
But all right, we're going to call it a wrap on this. Our impressions of what's coming out in gaming in 2021, 2022. So if you rocked with us this long, you know, do the YouTube stuff. Comment, like, subscribe, share.
Smash that
The
like
notification bell so that you can get notified when these videos go up.
Yeah, because I just
yes,
upload
sir.
them randomly. I have no type of schedule.
But just so you know, when they do come up,
There you go.
you're like, oh, he finally did it, y'all.
I've been pretty good at doing it at least once a week, so there's that.
Needed a break. You understand?
But all right, y'all. Catch y'all on the next one.
See you next year.
See you
Next
next time.
year.
Ow, fuck, Apollo.
This is going to end on that.
Good. It's a
Okay.
little treat for the viewers. They made it to the end to get to hear Max cuss out Apollo.